So what happens when an artist doesn't just use AI, but actually invites it into their creative process? We're about to dive into the incredible journey of a creator who did exactly that. And honestly, what she found out might just change how all of us think about creativity itself.
And this quote right here from Sigal Magen is the heart of it all. It's a really subtle, but wow, profound shift, right? Moving AI from something that just follows orders to a true creative collaborator. Okay, so who is the artist at the center of this story? Let's get to know the person who started this whole amazing journey, Sigal Magen. When you look at Sigal's background, it's just so diverse. We're talking about a high-tech professional, an author, a painter, a social art entrepreneur. It's this wild mix of tech know-how and deep artistic passion that makes her whole take on AI so fascinating.
And it all started with a question I think a lot of us have been asking lately. Hey, what can this AI stuff actually do for me? It wasn't about some huge world-changing plan. It was just real curiosity, trying to figure out how this new technology could fit into her world.
And that one simple question, it led her to a revelation that basically flipped her entire creative process on its head. She didn't find a new tool, she found a new creative partner.
And this is the big leap that changed everything. See, most of us think of AI as a tool, like a really smart hammer. You tell it what to do, and it does it. But what Sigal found was something totally different. A partner. An actual collaborator that could bounce ideas around, throw out unexpected suggestions, and really push her creativity into places she'd never been before.
And this wasn't just some abstract idea. They were really doing it. Together, they were illustrating books, with the AI coming up with visuals she'd never have dreamed of. They were composing music, mixing her melodies with its complex harmonies. It became this genuine, wide-ranging collaboration that touched on pretty much every part of her art.
So what was the result? A total breakthrough in her own creativity. It was like she could suddenly push past her own limits, finding totally new ways to show these complex emotions or visualize these abstract ideas, to bring her dreams to life in a way that just wasn't possible before.
Now, this really personal journey of discovery, well, it wasn't something she was just going to keep to herself. It actually led to real, tangible things that let her share what she was experiencing with the rest of the world.
She captured all that initial magic in her first English book, which she called Bridging Worlds. Perfect title, right? It's this amazing story of her first steps into this new creative world, blending her own art with the AI's really unique vision.
But she didn't stop there. She went on to publish 2 more books, but this time, they were more like practical guides for the rest of us. They're packed with exercises to help anyone start their own creative conversation with AI. So she wasn't just an explorer anymore. She'd become a map maker.
And for anyone who wanted that raw behind-the-scenes look, she even published these little booklets in Hebrew. And they capture the actual back and forth, the real conversations between her and her AI partner. It's a completely unfiltered look at what this kind of collaboration actually feels like. So after all that exploring and creating and writing it all down, Sigal realized what the next step had to be. It was time to start empowering others, to share everything she'd learned with a whole community of creators.
She does this through a mix of things, really engaging lectures, hands-on workshops where you can try it yourself, and even one-on-one mentoring. The whole goal is to demystify AI for other artists and creators, sharing not just the why, but the how-to, all the practical stuff she's figured out along the way.
And by making all of this available both in person and online, she's really opening it up to everyone everywhere. It's all about building a community of creators who aren't afraid to see what amazing new things are possible with AI. Sigal's journey teaches us something so powerful. AI doesn't have to be a replacement for human creativity. It can be an amplifier for it. So that leaves us with a question for you. If you had a creative partner with, well, pretty much limitless knowledge and skills, what new worlds could you create? What parts of your own imagination are just waiting to be brought to life?